Good morning, my friends. Today I want to talk about something that destroys more dreams than failure itself. Negative thinking. When you think negatively, you don't just hurt your mind, you kill your courage, your confidence, and your ability to see opportunities. Negative thinking is like carrying a heavy stone in your heart every single day. Accept reality, but never accept defeat. Life will never go exactly as you plan. There will always be setbacks, rejections, disappointments, and situations you cannot control. That is reality. If you keep denying reality, you will only waste your energy fighting the truth. Accept what is happening around you. Accept that some people will not support you. Accept that sometimes you will feel tired and lost. Acceptance is not weakness, it is wisdom. But at the same time, never accept defeat. Just because you accept reality does not mean you give up on your goals. It means you look at life clearly and decide to stand up again with new strategies. Defeat is only final when you choose to stop fighting. As long as you keep learning, improving, and moving forward despite reality, you are never truly defeated. Acceptance gives you peace. Refusing defeat gives you power. Combine both and nothing can break you. Don't let yesterday's failure poison today's Jackmai's early rejections and struggles potential. Everyone fails at something. You might have made mistakes yesterday that cost you money, time, or relationships. You might have felt embarrassed, disappointed, or angry with yourself. That is normal. But understand this, what happened yesterday is gone. It cannot be changed, no matter how much you think about it. If you keep carrying the burden of yesterday's failure into today, you are allowing the past to steal the opportunities of your present. Each morning, life gives you a new page to write on. But if your mind is still reading the previous chapters filled with regret, you will not be able to write anything valuable today. Learn from what went wrong yesterday, but don't let it control your emotions today. Failure is meant to teach you, not to define you. Your potential today is untouched by your mistakes if you choose to think differently and act with courage. Remember, success does not belong to those who never fail. It belongs to those who refuse to let their failures decide their future. Surround yourself with people who see light in you. The people you spend time with shape the way you think about yourself and your life. If you are always around those who criticize you, doubt your dreams, and remind you of your weaknesses, their words will slowly become your beliefs. You will start to feel small, incapable, and unworthy, even if you have great potential within you. But when you are with people who see light in you, everything changes. These are the people who notice your strengths, even when you feel weak, who remind you of your abilities when you forget them, and who encourage you to keep going when you want to give up. They don't see you for your mistakes. They see you for your growth. They don't laugh at your dreams. They respect your courage to have them. Being around such people does not mean they will always agree with you or praise you blindly. Sometimes they will correct you firmly. But their intention is to make you better, not break your spirit. Their presence makes you feel hopeful, strong, and alive. Life is already full of challenges. Don't make it harder by staying around people who dim your light. Protect your energy by choosing relationships that fuel your mind with confidence and peace. Because when others see the light in you, it becomes easier for you to see it in yourself. And that belief will take you further than talent alone ever can. Train your mind to find solutions, not problems. Most people spend their energy thinking about what is wrong in their lives, why things are unfair, or why they are stuck. They keep repeating their problems in their minds like a broken record, hoping that somehow worrying will fix them. But it never does. Thinking about problems only makes them feel heavier and bigger. What truly changes situations is focusing on how mindset changed everything. Solutions. When you train your mind to look for solutions, you immediately shift from feeling powerless to feeling powerful. Instead of asking, why is this happening to me? Ask, what can I do about this right now? That single question will open doors in your mind that were closed by fear and doubt. A mind trained to find solutions does not waste time complaining. It uses that time to think creatively and take small steps forward. It understands that every problem has a key, and it is the thinker's responsibility to find it. This does not mean ignoring the reality of your problems. It means accepting them fully and then directing your energy towards improving them instead of just feeling sad about them. Solutions may not always be easy or quick, but the habit of looking for them builds confidence and mental strength. Over time, your mind becomes your greatest ally because it knows how to remain calm under pressure and how to turn obstacles into opportunities. Remember, life will never stop giving you problems, but you can train your mind to always be ready with solutions. That is how you grow beyond your limitations and build a life of progress, not regret. Speak to yourself like a strong leader. The words you use with yourself shape your mindset more than anything else in life. Many people talk to themselves in a way they would never speak to anyone they care about. They call themselves useless, stupid, or hopeless whenever they make a mistake. They doubt their abilities before even trying. Imagine if a leader spoke to their team like that. The team would lose all motivation, confidence, and creativity. A strong leader knows that their words can build or destroy. So they choose to build. They speak with clarity, courage, and belief, even when the situation is tough. You must do the same with your own mind. When you fail, instead of saying, "I'm so stupid, I can't do anything right," tell yourself, "I made a mistake, but I will learn from it and come back stronger." When you feel fear, instead of saying, "I can't handle this," tell yourself, "This is difficult, but I have handled many challenges before. I will find a way." Speaking to yourself like a strong leader does not mean lying to yourself. It means telling yourself the truth with strength and hope. A strong leader does not ignore weaknesses, but they do not let those weaknesses define the team's worth. They focus on solutions, strategy, and growth. Talk to yourself in the same way. Your mind is your team. If you speak to it with belief and direction, it will perform with confidence and discipline. Remember, there will always be enough critics in the world ready to pull you down. Don't become one of them for yourself. Be the leader your mind needs to win. Stop predicting failure before trying. One of the biggest reasons people remain stuck in life is because they defeat themselves in their minds before life ever challenges them. The trap of negative thinking. They imagine everything that could go wrong, every way they might embarrass themselves, in every possibility of rejection or loss. And as a result, they never even start. They sit with fear, analyzing imaginary failures until their confidence dies quietly within them. But the truth is, no one can ever predict exactly how life will unfold. Sometimes the things you fear most never even happen. And sometimes what you thought would break you becomes the very thing that makes you stronger. If you always predict failure, you will never experience the growth and opportunities that come from taking risks. Trying does not guarantee success every time, but it guarantees learning, strength, and movement forward. Not trying guarantees regret, weakness, and staying exactly where you are. Understand this: your mind's predictions are not reality. They are just thoughts. You can choose to believe them and stay trapped, or you can choose to take action and find out the truth for yourself. Even if you fail, you will learn something valuable that will prepare you for your next attempt. And if you succeed, you will realize that your fear was a liar. Most importantly, every time you try despite fear, you build a courageous mind. That courage becomes your true power in life because it allows you to keep moving no matter how uncertain the path is. So stop sitting in the prison of what if I fail and step into the freedom of what if I win, or at least grow. Because the only real failure is never trying at all. Be grateful for small victories. In life, we often wait for big achievements to feel proud or happy. We think we will only celebrate when we get the dream job, build a successful business, buy a house, or achieve some grand goal. But what we forget is that big victories are built on hundreds of small victories along the way. Every time you wake up early despite being tired, that is a victory. Every time you choose discipline over comfort, that is a victory. So every time you control your anger, finish your work on time, help someone without expecting anything back, or learn something new, These are small victories that deserve gratitude. When you ignore them, you train your mind to believe that nothing is ever enough. But when you appreciate them, you build confidence, motivation, and mental strength. Gratitude for small victories trains your brain to see progress instead of problems. It teaches you to value the journey instead of constantly chasing the destination. This mindset keeps you peaceful and focused even when your goals seem far away. It also reduces the negativity that comes from comparing your life with others, because you start seeing how rich your life already is in small but meaningful ways. Remember, people who are ungrateful for small victories will never feel fulfilled no matter how big their success becomes. But people who are grateful for every small step remain strong, humble, and joyful throughout their journey. That is what creates believing in yourself when no one else does. Unbreakable confidence and silent happiness which no failure or challenge can take away from them. Remember, opinions are not facts. Throughout your life, people will always have something to say about you. Some will think you are talented. Some will think you are wasting your time. Some will admire your courage. Others will call you foolish. Their opinions are simply reflections of their own mindset, fears, and beliefs. Just because someone says you cannot achieve something does not mean it is true. Just because someone doubts your dream does not make your dream any less possible. If you start treating other people's opinions as facts, you will begin to live your life based on their fears instead of your potential. You will start questioning your path, doubting your abilities, and changing your plans to please them. And in doing so, you will lose connection with your own truth. Always remember, an opinion is just a perspective, not reality. Even your own negative opinions about yourself are not facts. They are temporary thoughts created by your emotions in difficult moments. Facts are based on truth, action, and results. If someone says you can't do something, the fact will only be decided when you try and see for yourself. If someone calls you useless, that is only their opinion. The fact is what you choose to do with your life, your discipline, your values, and your efforts. The day you start understanding the difference between opinions and facts is the day you free yourself from unnecessary stress and self-doubt. You become grounded in your reality instead of shaken by other people's words. Listen to advice if it helps you grow, but do not let opinions become cages that trap your potential. Stay focused on your path and let your results speak louder than their opinions ever can. Stay busy with purpose. Many people stay busy, but their busyness has no direction. They fill their days with meaningless tasks, endless scrolling, gossip, overthinking, and activities that bring no growth to their mind, body, or life. As a result, their minds become breeding grounds for negative thinking, anxiety, and regret. Staying busy alone is not enough. You must stay busy with purpose. Purpose gives meaning to your actions. When you know why you are doing something, your energy becomes powerful and focused. If your purpose is to improve your skills, then every hour of study makes you stronger. If your purpose is to build a business, then every small step forward is progress. If your purpose is to become disciplined, then every day you control your habits, you grow. When you stay busy with purpose, you have no time for overthinking or negativity because your mind is focused on what needs to be done. Your purpose acts like a compass, guiding you away from distractions and towards growth. It makes your daily efforts feel valuable even if they are small. It also gives you inner peace, because you know you are not just wasting your life in unproductive noise. You are moving towards something that turning failures into motivation matters deeply to you. Remember, an empty mind is a dangerous place. If you don't fill it with purpose, it will fill itself with fear, doubts, and regrets. But when you stay busy with purpose, your days become meaningful, your confidence grows, and your life transforms one focused action at a time. Your mind is your best friend or your worst enemy. Train it daily. Everything you achieve or fail to achieve begins in your mind. If your mind is filled with discipline, hope, courage, and clarity, it becomes your greatest ally. It will encourage you when you feel tired, find solutions when you feel stuck, and give you the confidence to keep moving forward even when the path is uncertain. But if your mind is filled with laziness, fear, self-doubt, and negativity, it becomes your biggest enemy. It will convince you that your dreams are impossible. It will remind you of your failures repeatedly, and it will create problems in your life, even when none exist. Your mind can create your heaven or your hell. And that is why training it daily is not an option. It is a necessity. Just like your body becomes weak if you never exercise, your mind becomes weak if you never train it. Training your mind does not require expensive resources. It requires commitment. It is waking up early and choosing discipline over comfort. It is reading books that sharpen your thinking instead of wasting hours on meaningless entertainment. It is reflecting on your mistakes with honesty instead of blaming others. It is practicing gratitude to keep your mind peaceful. And it is learning to control your emotions instead of allowing them to control you. A strong mind is not built in one day. It is built through small daily practices that make it disciplined, focused, and resilient. Remember, life will test you with challenges you never expected. If your mind is untrained, you will break under pressure. But if your mind is strong, it will guide you through storms with clarity and courage. Train it daily because it will either fight for you or against you. And that decision is entirely yours. My friends, negative thinking will always knock on your door. But you don't have to invite it in. The key to long-term success, serve it tea and let it live with you. Kill it at the door with these keynotes because life is too short to spend in worry, doubt, and regret. Stand strong, think strong, and your